Aboris, you see a faint light coming from a rounded archway down the tunnel. The archway is large enough for even a large man to walk through without needing to lower his stature. This has to be the place the wizard told us about. I can sense something beyond that archway. Enlithus. What can you see?
Now, should I say that? Like,
Yeah, I mean...
Like, I poke my head around the corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
do that.
I poke my head around the archway. Treasure! I see treasure!
You see treasure, but the center of the room is shrouded in darkness.
There's something in the middle of the room. A darkness my elvish sight cannot penetrate. Is that not good?
Oh, that's awesome.
All right.
That's awesome. You hear more lizardmen running down the tunnel toward you. It sounds like a large group has found their comrades and are hunting you down.
Okay, guys, I know you can...
Hold on.
We've transcended nerdism to
Okay.
geeky.
There's gonna be a lot of stuff to use for bloopers. All right, try that again. Okay, guys. Go.
What are you supposed to be, Jordan?
It's supposed to be someone self-aware that it's a game that we're playing.
With a really Midwestern
like the-
accent.
Don't you know, guys?
Whenever you're ready.
I do a good Minnesotan accent. That's what I went to. Okay, guys, I know you can hear that voice too, but now I'm hearing a big group of those dragon things coming.
Shh, Gillette, they haven't found us yet. Oh no, they have definitely found you. I stand corrected, into the room! You all dive through the archway. The darkness in the middle of the room begins to shift and move, growing as you tumble through the doorway. As the darkness grows, it also begins to take shape. You found the treasure, and you can see the spellbook's dark binding against the glitter of gold. But you've also found a black dragon! You hear, too late, the words of magic, and each of you is blinded. Before we continue, let's pause to catch our listeners up. A few nights ago, Amoris and Enlithus were looking for a room at a nearby inn. The inn sat on a crossroads, leading many to call it by the unceremonial name Inn on the Crossroads. Usually, the clientele is your average human mercenary, dwarf blacksmith, half-orc mercenary, human merchant. Tonight, however, the inn was sparsely populated, a stroke of luck for our two adventurers who had been traveling with no direction for the past several weeks. In the common area, however, sat an old wizard who told a tale of a secret forgotten castle that had been swallowed by the swamp of despair. In the castle, he said.
In the castle, there's a really badass spellbook. You two look like tough adventurers. I bet you could, go get it for me.
What kind of spells does this book contain?
Really good ones. Right to your mother. 'Cause they're totally amazeballs.
And there's also a lot of treasure to be had.
Oh, yeah, forgot. There's also, a ton of treasure you'll be able to find.
I don't know about this. We've been doing fine on our own.
Did you say the spells were totally amazeballs?
Yes.
Where can we find the entrance to this place? The wizard tells them where to find the hidden, forgotten tunnel entrance. Our party sets off the next morning and come across a horrific sight. They find a large man, armored head to foot, in chainmail and leather armor. Several swords, daggers, and a large two-handed battle axe dangling from his belts, covered in blood. Dismembered bodies of goblins lay around the scene. At first, they took the man as a half-ogre, or some type of dwarfed giant.
Ah!
Okay, go.
Ah!
Doesn't get better. It stays.
There's no diminishing returns on this joke.
Ah! Who are you?
Two friendly travelers, we mean you no harm. Tell me, human, what happened here?
I was in my car just sitting at a stoplight, and the next thing I know, I'm waking up by the side of the road with 6 little green monsters trying to attack me. What are these things? Why do I look like The Rock? Why were they so, squishy? I didn't... Who are you?
Where are you from, man? What is your name?
I'm from Moose Lake, Minnesota, and my name is...
The man's name was Gerlat Blackspark. He seemed to believe he's from another place, another time. I think he's had too much to drink.
And I too little. Come, let us make camp, Jarlat. We are going on a quest to find a powerful spell book, and maybe it contains a spell that can undo this curse that has been brought upon you.
Gerlat joins the party. They travel to the edge of the Swamp of Despair. Enlithas's wolf companion, Shiloh, makes a few appearances during the journey, usually carrying freshly killed rabbit and other game. They battle with increasing numbers of lizardmen as they come closer to the secret entrance of the ruined castle. Gerlat turns out to be a dangerously effective killer, nearly killing his new friends in the process of beheading and dismembering the scaled humanoids. The three make their way into the labyrinthine... Labyrinthine?
Labyrinth?
I wrote it and I don't know how to say it.
Labyrinthine?
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 Labyrinthian?
Labyrinthian. That's the word.
Labyrinthian system?
Labyrinthine. The three make their way into a labyrinth-like system of tunnels and are guided by Enlithas's tracking ability to where we left our group. The party has been captured by the lizardmen and are chained to obelisks in the chamber. The spell wears off our party, and they can fully grasp the situation that they find themselves in.
Keep watch on our guests. I must converse with our Dark Queen.
The dragon moves away from the large room down a smooth tunnel that is located behind the chamber.
What are we secured with?
Heavy iron chains, they are wrapped around your arms and legs.
Can I use my dexterity to slip out of the chains?
Hold on. Fuck, I forgot my dice.
Gotta make the sound.
That's nice. Hold on. Roll failed. Are there any spells that I can cast to free us? What does your sheet say? Magic missile? We all know that's only good for attacking the darkness, Morris. There's shouting and screaming coming from the tunnel that you were in. After the sound dies down, a large black wolf appears in the archway, carrying a lizard man's arm in its jaws.
Hey! Hey, it's that dog.
Shiloh, to me!
Shiloh bounds into the room, attacking and knocking over guards as it heads towards Enlithas. Shiloh bites the jugular of the guard closest to Enlithas, and the guard falls against the chains. His acid blood melts the chains around Enlithas' legs, and he frees his other party members.
Ah! Jeez! That doesn't sound good.
You hear the dragon returning. A thick geyser of acid breath shoots into the chamber from the tunnel that the dragon disappeared down. The pillars it struck begin to collapse, and the whole room begins to shake. Amoris dives for the spellbook. Let's not overstay our welcome, men. You can hear the screams of the dragon as you make your escape up the tunnel. The wolf, Shiloh, is an effective guide, following the scent of less pungent air back to the surface. You hear the screams of the dragon become lesser and lesser, and soon you find yourselves in the gray light of day. As you make camp on more solid ground that night, Amoris opens the spellbook for the first time. I see an inscription here on the first page. Yes, and what does it say?
We sound like nerds!
That was beautiful.
Oh, it's fast.
Way to go, guys. We did it. I didn't think we'd do it, but we did it.
It reminded me of a
You did all the
Futurama thing.
work.
It took me an hour to write. I figured it would take an hour to read.
We'll keep that in.
Yeah, I like that. That was fun.
You guys gonna join our D&D when we move?
Doing D&D?
Yeah, Laura suggested it. I can't tell if she's serious or not. If we end up doing it, yeah,
Do you
guys-
play it online or
Jeez,
what?
we already got
No, you play it at a
almost
table like
an
that.
entire group here.
Really?
Yeah, we've got a dungeon party.
You never watched all of that show, Stranger Things, because they played a couple times
Mhm.
in that show. Yeah, so one person does the story, and they don't come up with the lines, obviously, but they come up with the scenario, and then they have it set up on like boards that people can't see, so they'll have stat sheets like this.
Yep, so then basically you'd be able to use, like, whatever this would factor into the dice, I'm assuming. Yeah. But then, like, whatever skills you would have, you could be like, I use this. Like, Magic Missile would be somewhere.
Yeah.
I've never actually played myself, so. No, it sounds like fun, though. Be one of those kind of nerdy things.
Yeah, so.
It's like
anyways.
Risk, but more nerdy.
So before we begin tonight, we had Kyle. Your dog passed away.
He did. He was. We had him since 2000, so he lived a good 17 years. But yeah, it was. Yeah, like losing a brother as opposed to just a pet.
Yeah.
I'm sure we all have our four-legged companions that basically they're family members.
Yep.
That's tough. I'm a pet person, but I'm not a pet person. We decided to immortalize Shiloh in that skit.
I appreciate that. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, even though it's not a very good skit.
It's our first run.
First
yes,
run.
I was gonna say first
First
run.
try. We thought we'd mix it up here for the season finale of We Sound Like Nerds. Because yeah, we're gonna be taking a break. I'm in the middle of a move, and I don't really know what I'm doing for a studio setup in the new place. So we're gonna have to figure that out. So it's gonna be probably at least a month break for our listeners out there. Apologize for that. But when we come back, maybe we'll do more skit stuff instead of our average stuff that you can find on the internet.
Well, it's basically been a month for me anyways,
Yeah, it's been a while since you've been on.
since you guys decided to record on the wrong day.
That was my
That was
bad.
Kyle's.
I show up and I'm just like, let's do this.
And I was like, okay, sure. Why not? It's actually, this might be a very short episode. I really thought that skit was going to take longer. And we're only at the 20-minute mark.
I know, I didn't even get into the, what's my character's motivation?
Yeah.
Like, I really wanted to do that as my normal speaking voice, just be really annoying. Can I have a Mountain Dew?
That's a classic skit. I think it's originally from Summoner. The
I want to
PS2
say
game.
it was in several of the things, because I swear I saw it at the end of Red Faction,
Okay.
the first Red Faction game.
But yeah, my group of high school friends and I submitted that skit to our senior year talent show. It's called Varieties at the high school I went to, and they turned it down because it's a private Catholic institution, and they're like, no, you can't have magic and stuff.
Was that really it wasn't because there's like swearing in it or
Well,
something?
we had edited that out, so we assume that's why. Anyways, no harm, no foul, I guess. I don't know. They can't appreciate true art. So the only thing I had on my list was the I saw a couple of horror movies since the last time we recorded. I saw Split and Get Out. One of them by Jordan Peele from Key and Peele, and the other one from Shyamalamalan.
Oh, that's right. That's
Night.
Split one. I've heard good things about both of them. Haven't seen either, though.
Yeah, so Split is about a guy with multiple personalities, and he kidnaps some girls, and this transformation that he's going through in standard M. Night twisty stuff, like he always does. He has some type of twist in the movie. And then Get Out is kind of about institutional racism. with a like Stepford Wives brainwashing angle, where like they're brainwashing African Americans in this upstate New York neighborhood town, and they're turning them into like mindless zombie slaves.
Isn't it supposed to be like a comedy, but it's got like jumpy, scary parts too?
Laura and I were watching it the other night, and we got to almost the hour mark. And it's only an hour 45-minute movie, so we're beyond halfway, and it hadn't gotten scary yet.
Oh, really?
It was mostly just like not political humor, but humor, like weird. I don't know. It was really strange, and we watched it because Rotten Tomatoes, it's at 99%.
Dang.
It's one of the highest, like, most acclaimed horror movies in the past long while. And Split's up there too. I think it's.
I think it's time to Google.
Yeah, I think it's time to edit this pause out. 75% for Split.
Not bad.
Not that bad. I mean, it's a horror movie, so.
That would seem more of your, not traditional horror movie, but more straight horror. Like,
Yeah, straight. And
actually,
thriller.
I guess I don't know how the story goes, but it seemed more terror, because like terror is something that could actually happen. So, you know, there definitely could be some crazy guy out there with 10 different personalities.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. I was more surprised by Split than I was of Get Out. So I think I liked Split more for exceeding my expectations. Whereas I went into Get Out saying, "Oh, 99%.
Yeah,
This is gonna be awesome."
Yeah.
Kind of like Cabin in the Woods. I didn't see Cabin in the Woods until it came out on DVD, and that was throwing like every horror movie trope at the wall.
It was the like secret underground facility, all
Yes.
full of all the monsters and stuff. Okay.
Yeah,
I
and
think I've
they
seen
were.
parts of it.
It was like a game show you could watch or something.
Yeah.
And so you would bring. People would get trapped in different scenarios, and that also had a really high tomato meter score, and so I was like, "Oh, all these critics say it's good." I went into it and I'm like, "Oh, that's not that great."
Yeah, it seemed just like, all right, no new idea, just mash everything else up.
Yeah. So yeah, kind of like that. I liked Split more than I liked Get Out, even though I think Get Out's a better movie. If that makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
They both get a question mark.
Slightly higher than a meh, but not a yeah.
Definitely not a yeah.
So we've definitely edited our system
Yeah, we have.
here.
Season finale, we're mixing things up for season 2.
Brand new scoring meter.
So yeah, they both get a yeah? Question mark. This weekend I took the boys to Lego Batman, and it cost $10 because we bought snacks and stuff.
Nice.
And last time I went to a movie, tickets and...
$10 didn't even get you a ticket.
Yeah. I think the last time I got $10 tickets was like in high school for a matinee, so that was pretty awesome. You guys watch anything over the past month for you, Jordan, or a couple weeks for you?
I was trying to remember.
Doctor Who.
Still watching Doctor Who?
Yeah, they had a new episode on last night, and kind of binging. They started playing all the Torchwood, which is kind of like an old Doctor Who spinoff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
With Captain Jack?
Yeah, Jack Harkness. Yeah.
See, I know a couple characters. I think I saw, which one is, before, yeah. Is it 9? 9 was the reboot? Or was that 8?
10.
10 was the reboot.
I want to say 10. Yeah, because I think it started. Christopher Eccleston, I think, was 10.
Eccleston.
Yeah.
I started with Eccleston and watched most of
Tenet.
Yeah. And then I stopped when it got to Matt Smith.
Yeah, Matt. I mean, like he grew on me. Yeah, but I like Capaldi. Like he's just. I mean, just more of a I don't give a shit type doctor. So it's kind of cool.
Is he more like House? You
A
ever
little
watch
bit,
House?
yeah.
Okay.
Like the way he treats people, he's just like I don't. He's like very insulting to just almost everybody.
Okay.
I don't know. I thought it was.
Tenet was gold.
I did like Tenet. I haven't watched any of that Broadchurch. I think it's called.
Broadchurch is really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Get the
Getting
thumbs up
nods from
Laura, yeah.
Getting nods from Laura.
I believe that's the one you made me watch, right? It's got
David Tennant in it.
the guy from Jessica Jones.
Yeah, David Tennant.
Oh, he's in Jessica Jones.
Yeah, he's
That's
the
right.
bad.
I remember you mentioning
He's the
that.
bad guy.
Still probably one of my favorite villains
Yeah.
in a Marvel movie.
For-
just because of what he can do.
Yeah, for a Marvel, if you include the Netflix series in the extended universe, he's one of the top villains that they've had.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like him.
Oh.
I'm not a fan of D'Onofrio's Kingpin. I think he's the best Netflix villain.
D'Onofrio's King.
Vincent D'Onofrio plays Kingpin in Daredevil.
Yeah, he does.
I think
Big
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
big-
Tennant's a much
big
more threatening bad guy.
Kingpin? That's
The Kingpin.
not his name.
Fisk. Albert
Yeah,
Fisk.
Yeah, Wilson
But
Fisk.
like his
Wilson
William
Fisk.
Wilson,
Wilson
Fisk.
Fisk.
There you
Wilson.
go.
Wilson.
I think
yeah.
it's Wilson. Yeah.
Fisk.
Fisk. Yeah, I didn't know
He's
it
the
was
Kingpin.
Kingpin.
Yeah. He's usually a Spider-Man villain
Oh,
as well.
When you take somebody's head off of the car door, that's pretty villainish.
That is pretty villainous.
back to Kilgrave. Not to brag, but I did see the whatever coming in that movie or in that show early on. The twist.
The twist.
I saw the twist in Broadchurch.
Oh, in Broadchurch.
What did I say?
Season
I didn't
one
say
or season two?
Broadchurch. For season 1.
Okay, did you watch season 2?
No, you
Season-
told me not to.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, don't listen to me. I'm crazy. Drunk most of the time. Season 2 goes back and looks back at the case he had that was bothering him so much. It's not as good, but it's still.
I think
Okay.
that's why I didn't watch
So
it,
it's
is
a-
because you told me it's not as good.
It's like a prequel season,
It's like a lot of it.
or is it all just flashbacks?
It's not flashbacks.
So trials going on at that point too.
Yeah, the trial for the first season is going on
Oh,
for
okay.
season 2.
So it is kind of flashbacks.
It is kind of flashbacks, and like they bring up new evidence for his case from the previous case he had.
Oh, okay.
So that's interesting. That buzzing it is interesting as well.
I was gonna say, at least it was a recent development. I didn't hear it before.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's
I thought it was like a baby monitor or something.
So I saw Lego Batman. I liked it. It was pretty good. If you saw the Lego movie, it's similar. Animation. Cool thing though, it should have been called Lego Batman : like Cameo Rising or something, because there were so many character cameos from like tons of other properties, even some Exterminate.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Had some Doctor Who in there, huh?
some Doctor Who in there, some Daleks
Oh, nice.
showed up.
So it was more like a Lego movie 2 with Batman being the main character?
Batman being the main
okay.
character, basically. Yeah. So yeah, that was good. Twist for Split, because there really isn't one.
Throw the spoiler out.
So spoiler alert.
But what if Kyle wants to watch it?
You gotta watch Split?
Well, I mean, even if you tell me, like, obviously, the Rogue One situation.
I would say we
like-
ruined Star Wars. So that's pretty much the pinnacle of movies we can ruin.
So I had to tell Laura what the twist was, because she didn't even like get it.
and
So
she
it's-
was watching it.
and she watched it with me. So spoiler alert! Final spoiler alert. Unbreakable universe. Split takes place in.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you see Mr. Glass or something?
No. At the end, they're talking about. So at the end, it all wraps up, and there's like a news report about what happened, and the scene's in a diner. It's like panning across people at the counter, and a lady's like, something weird like that happened in Philadelphia, like a couple years back or whatever. The guy who was like blowing up trains and stuff. What did they call that guy again? And it gets all the way to the last person on the counter, and it's Bruce Willis. And he puts down the paper, and he's like, they called him Mr. Glass.
Nice.
And then the credits roll, and I'm like, oh,
That's kind of cool.
that's pretty cool. They should have him battle this like thing, because it doesn't wrap up at the end of the movie.
Oh, okay, so it's basically open for a sequel?
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, that'd be cool to have his character like become a superhero and make a Shyamalan superhero universe, basically.
That'd be actually kind of cool.
So yeah, that was cool. A different type of twist for a Shyamalan movie. Usually they're
Some odd plot twists, like as
Yeah.
opposed to it just being like a surprise.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like with science, like
I hated that one. I'm sorry. I like the
Deus Ex
movie, but
Machina.
the twist,
yeah.
water, really. 3/4 of our planet is covered in. They're like, let's go to Earth.
Let's go to Earth. Sounds good. So the last thing I wanted to talk about, I had a really amazing day last week. I kept calling you about it because I knew Jordan was at work. So I have been looking at Destiny 2 stuff, and I'm like, man, I never really played Destiny. I had it for PS3, but I never bought the expansions because I'm cheap. Because DLC is evil, and I won't support the product model.
I agree. I
For that.
concur.
Because you look at the DLC for that game, if you bought each piece outside of a bundle, you were paying like $130 out of pocket
Oh,
for
Jesus.
everything. So 4 expansions and a max level character boost would put you back at least $130 American. Did I say 120 or 130?
You said 130.
Both times?
Yep.
That sounds good. So I looked at a couple used places here in town, and I saw that Last Stop CD Shop, shout out for them,
Free plug.
free plug, had Destiny the Collection, which is the game plus all of the expansion stuff, for $3.99. So I was like, I know it comes on voucher cards. I know those voucher cards are probably going to be used, so let me just drive down there and see what I can do. So I find a copy, bring it up to the counter. The clerk, the guy, yeah, Dante's there. He's like, I'm not even supposed to be here today. He's like, these, we have to give you the disclaimer that the DLC's not guaranteed. And I was like, yeah, don't worry about it. It's $4. So I get home, put in the first voucher card code, and it's like, this code has already been used. I'm like, oh, well, shit. Second one's probably not going to work, whatever. I'll have the base game that I can play for a couple hours. I put it in. It hasn't been used. It must have been someone who was buying the collection just for the level 40 character boost, because that was on a separate voucher. So I got Destiny, $110 worth, or $100 worth of DLC for $4.
Nice.
And so I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. I call Kyle. I'm like, Kyle, dude, you won't even guess what happened. This happened. I told him the story. And so yeah, that day's going well. I start installing all the DLC and stuff. And we leave, we go outside, we play for a while because it takes like 3 hours to download all of that and get it installed. I'm like, let me just walk around. In my mailbox in-game, apparently a max level character boost comes with the last expansion pass. So I boosted my first character max level and saved another $30 there. 'Cause that's what they still charge for them. They still charge $30 to.
Seriously?
You can buy them separately, but yeah, $30.
Holy crap. And
So-
it's per character?
per character.
Wow.
Yeah. So Activision, you're making your money if people are buying it. So I'm like, awesome. This has been one of the best finds I've ever had at a used disc place. And you got a ladder and a drill
Yeah.
for $10?
Yeah, there was a bunch of yard sales going around, so I was like, all right, walking around the neighborhood looking at all the garage sales, and I'm like, well, I don't have a drill and I don't have a ladder, so yeah, $10 sounds good. So I felt like I got a good deal that day, and then
You
John
did.
calls and he's
Yeah.
like, hey, look at all this stuff.
Look at how awesome that was. So I was like, oh, that's neat. That's pretty cool. So
What day
then-
was this last week?
Friday? Thursday? Hold on.
I think it was Thursday because I was not working.
Thursday. I had to check my clock.
So, I was going to say subtly covering up the sound.
What did I do on Thursday?
Were you at work all day?
I worked all day. Somebody has to, apparently.
Yeah. Sorry, we work nights. Well, I do. And he works an odd schedule.
Yes. Sporadic.
Making pizza.
Throwing dough at people.
I don't remember what I did on Thursday, but apparently I didn't have as good a day as you guys.
No, our days were memorable.
That wasn't even the end of it.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
So,
I run a daycare now. I have my nephew with me as well, along with my 4 kids. So
Only on certain days.
Tuesdays through Fridays. So this was one of the days that we were all here. And 3 boys under the age of 6. You get them together, they're going to wrestle and fight and all that stuff. And so I'm trying to get them like separated into their own rooms. They're doing their own things. And my dad walks in with the mail and he's like, there's a piece of mail for you here from, looks like all the radio stations in town. It's like, oh my God, I won. No way. And he's like, what are you talking about? And I said, yeah, Laura had the radio on in the car on 104.7. Free plug, 104.7. Hot 104.7, Sioux Falls, hottest music. And a couple weeks ago, I heard about Wonder Woman tickets. You go on their website, put in, I think it's a 2,000 character max little thing about why your woman is your Wonder Woman, or the real Wonder Woman. And so I was like, you know what? I have some skill at deftly writing, so that's not what I wanted to say. What do I want to say?
Bit of a wordsmith.
Now I get it. The contest. Wonder Woman, the movie.
Laura didn't even know what I was doing it for.
Now I realize that. I'm like, is it like a delayed Mother's Day?
It's Wonder Woman Day.
Now I get it.
I hope the mic is picking her up.
Do you want to come over here and repeat that one? Why not?
It won't be.
Before.
What's the word I'm looking for? Not original. Authentic.
Right.
It won't be authentic like it was there.
Yeah, that's true. So I always fancied myself a wordsmith of some minute talent. So I was like, I'll try my hand at this. And they picked, I think, 10 winners. And we were one of them. So we didn't get tickets to Wonder Woman. We got a $50 gift card to the movie theater. So I was like,
Oh, so you can get
I can go to whatever
ticket
movie.
and a half.
Oh, nice.
That's true. I hear someone upstairs. Oh, okay, so you know Doug, my dad? The one who got the mail that day?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
That's the only thing I've ever known him from is that mail that one time.
So my
I didn't
mom's-
see him upstairs.
my mom's on vacation for like 13 or 15 days or something. And so he comes home on Wednesday. No, Friday? I don't know. Someday last week. And he's like, I went to Costco. I'm like, cool. And he's carrying a PS4 in his arms. And he's like, yeah, I bought myself a PS4. I was like, awesome. Does mom know? Yeah,
Well-
she's cool with it.
Well, if she listens to our podcast, she's gonna know.
Yeah, he already talked about it. All good relationships have
He
communication.
should have just been like, no, this is Jack.
Have
I'm borrowing it."
commitment? Yeah, they do. I hope they have commitment too.
Did I say commitment?
You were about to.
Communication.
It sounded like you started saying commitment.
Kofefe.
Is it Kofefe?
What?
Kofefe.
Fill me in. Didn't see anything about that. What started that.
Trump misspelled in a tweet and then didn't retract it for 6 hours, so they were asked about it.
Well, he's busy. He's the president.
Yeah, he's really busy.
It was 1 in the
watching
morning
cable
when he
news.
posted.
It was 1 in the morning when he posted it.
But
So-
even if he had gotten coverage in there, it still wasn't like a complete sentence because it said something about all the negative press Kofefe. Like,
Kofefe.
but even if he had coverage in there, it would have been like all the negative press coverage. What? Like, that was it.
Right, yeah, he's not a good. He should
He's
stop.
definitely not a wordsmith.
No, not like us. You hear that skit at the start?
He wouldn't win a Wonder Woman contest.
No, he wouldn't.
Melania's the greatest ever. No, he would definitely say Ivanka. He'd be like, Ivanka is the one.
So that's the bar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That actually looks like the remnants of an engine hoist. Like a lift you would use to lift an engine out of a car.
Thanks for killing the magic. Kyle.
No. I'm saying like it looked like the frame for it, and then he like turned it into it. So no, that's awesome. I like.
Well, guys, we've recorded our first season of We Sound Like Nerds. Something I never thought would happen until we did it, and then we did it, and now we've done it. Now we're gonna take a break
It's like a dream come true.
for a while. Numbers. Hey, listen. For total amount of listens, we're right under 500.
Hey.
I never
Whoa.
thought we'd hit 400, like 100 listens on these episodes.
Now, what counts as a listen? Is it they listened to the whole thing, or is it
Someone-
they accidentally bumped it with their thumb while they were trying to close out of it?
Someone who has downloaded the episode. So
Nice.
the actual number is 470 something, but that's close. I'll round that up to 500. It's closer to 500 than 200. So
Yep.
I like your math, man.
yeah. So thank you to all of our listeners. We appreciate it. We will be back in a while, and maybe we will do a similar thing like we did tonight, or we'll be back to our old ways of doing things. I know that we powered through a couple episodes with no
Structure?
structure, no direction, no planning on what we're going to talk about in an episode. Maybe we'll get better at that. Maybe we'll keep it the way it is. But we're having fun. We hope you're having fun. And until next time, I'm out of water.
I was wondering what you were gonna do there.
Should we say, dear listeners,
Should we not have?
nerd out?
Should we not
or
have goodbye?
We sound like
Should we just
nerds?
not have goodbye? Should we just end it like that Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where like the credits just like, so like, you know, we're just talking like this. And we're like, I don't know how we're gonna end the episode.
You mean like the end of Sopranos, where it's just
yeah, it just goes
mid-sentence,
to a
just
black